Your biggest enemy in life is you. Now, what do I mean by that? What do you mean by that, Augustine? I'll tell you. Thank you so much for asking. Here, my name is Augustin. Nice to meet you. Now, let's say back in school you were bullied. Now, this bully acted a certain way, right? And what did your parents most likely say if you did decide to tell them, if you felt safe enough to tell them, oh, this person's bullying me. Oh, they probably like you, if it was another gender. Or, oh, they probably think that you're cool. Or, it's not okay. Let's go talk to your principal. Whatever the case is, at some point, or maybe you never realize it at all, but at some point you will or you would realize that the person who is bullying you, that's how they feel about themselves. If a person in school calls you ugly nonstop, out of nowhere, just randomly, just one day you guys are having a laugh and just some bully just starts to just talk to you and talk down about you, like, hey, you're so ugly, ha ha ha, hey guys, isn't he so ugly? Whether that person knows it or not, whether you know it or not, I'm telling you to find out right now. That person probably doesn't have a good image of their attractiveness or of their self-image. The reason why they decide to lash out and talk to a person who feels or seems vulnerable to this kind of berating is because that's how they feel inside. That's how they feel when it comes down to it. They go home and, or let's, I forget the example. It was a Key and Peele short. Or this person that was bullied or was getting bullied by someone who gets disciplined at home. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but it's like the school one where he's like, he like just goes out and tells the person he's bullying everything that's going wrong with his life. He's like, because I'm going to get hit at home, I'm going to hit you tomorrow. That's exactly how it is. As blunt as it is. Because this person is experiencing an unhealthy or toxic environment in their home or in their situation or social environment, they decide to take it out on someone else. So what does this all mean? It means that you are your biggest enemy. You are the person who criticizes yourself the most, who hurts yourself the most. Even if you don't criticize or hurt yourself, you're using that stuff that was internalized and using it as an outward expression and think it's okay because you're hurt, because you feel in pain, because you haven't been able to overcome what you're going through, or that you can't escape your environment or reality. So what do? You hurt yourself or others, right? You bring others back down to your level, or you make sure that if you feel this way, someone else feels this way, which makes you the biggest enemy that you could ever have, because you cannot escape you. And at the end of the day, if you continue to do these habits and go down this path, sooner rather than later, you're going to have nobody. And then who else do you have left to hurt or bully or become someone else's enemy? The only person you have is the person in the screen, the person in the mirror. And then what happens? All of a sudden you are labeled with a bunch of mental issues, or that you're labeled as disruptive or a bad child or a bad person, or this person is very mean or mean-hearted. Because you don't like yourself, you decide to take it out on everybody else. And what does that do for your relationships? As badly as you want these connections, and as badly as you want to be like any other person in the group, any other person in the cool kids club, you can't be. And even if you are, you won't be for long, unless they are all unhappy, unless they are all people that decide to hurt others and laugh about it. Why? Because you are hurting inside. So how do you get past yourself? How do you make your worst enemy into your best friend? I don't think it really relates, but I'm going to talk about it anyways, about the quote that is, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. Now, when I say that, what does that mean to me? And I'm thinking out loud. What does that mean to me in this setting and process that I'm trying to explain? To me, in this situation, it means that you must have relationships or connections, but because you are both your friend and your enemy, you must observe yourself even closer than before, because you have much more to go through, to sort through, and to heal from than the person that never experienced what you experienced, that never went through the same traumatic events, the same hardship that they could never understand, right? They could never understand. So, sipping on some chai tea, chai latte. It's very good. So, a couple exercises or examples that you could use would be when you start to berate yourself, when you start to mentally, physically, or emotionally, verbally, whatever you want to call it, hurt yourself, damage your reputation, your confidence, the way you think, the way you are. I'm so dumb for not passing that test. I'm so stupid. Dang, why I couldn't get 10 answers right? Are you kidding me? I'm so dumb. When you start to change yourself, notice those moments. Now that you know, notice those moments and be like, you know what? I don't care if I look stupid or not. I'm going to repeat myself, even if everyone else heard me, even if I just told it to my friend. I just told my friend, you know, friend, I'm so dumb. Like, literally, there's no one more stupid than me. And once you remember what I just told you, you realize in that moment, it doesn't matter if they think you're crazy or not, because this isn't for their healing. This isn't for their betterment of self and their self-growth. It's for you. So screw what they think, respectfully. Screw how they feel, respectfully. You know what, friend? I just lied. Or you know what? I take that back. I'm not stupid. It was just a simple mistake. I should have done this more. I should have studied a little bit harder. You know what? Chalk it up to just inconvenience or a coincidence. You know, I could have gotten it right, but who cares? I didn't get it right. When you start to hurt yourself less in these situations and scenarios, not only do you become your enemy less, but you start to be softer to yourself. You start to love yourself more, and you start to be a happier person, honestly. Why? Because you don't have someone talking in your ear, which is yourself, just telling you all these nasty things. You're not hurting yourself for making a mistake that everyone makes. You don't need to be the smartest person in the classroom. You don't need to be the coolest dude in the group. You don't need to be the alpha male. But what you do need to do is be better to yourself. To realize that the things that you're doing, whether you consider them normal or not, it doesn't matter if they're normal. Okay, be weird. Okay? Be not normal if it's normal to you. If you don't want to feel like you need to change that. Change your normalcy. Change your new standard for yourself. I used too much sugar. Now see, in that moment right there, I could have been like, wow, I'm such a complete and gotten mad or super annoyed because I made it too sugary. Who cares? I shouldn't, because of a physical object, I shouldn't have to just berate myself. Or I shouldn't have to become my enemy because of something that I did, something that someone else did. The more you're kind to yourself, the more sweet talk that you tell yourself, the more that you'll say that about others. It's easier to receive it, but how well can you receive yourself? How well can you talk to yourself in this good light? I'm pretty sure I mentioned it before, but let's say you had a best friend and you decided to tell them something while they're in hurt. Let's say their family member died. What are you gonna tell this person? Oh, get over it, big bro, little bro. Like, no, you're gonna be there for them. You're gonna comfort them. You're gonna talk nicely to them. And you are your own best friend just as much as you are your own enemy. You need to start doing that. To start acting like you are your best friend, that you would not tell your best friend these terrible things. Why? Because they wouldn't be your best friend anymore. Let's be honest. If you continue to hurt them, your biggest enemy is you, especially when it comes to self-sabotage. You sabotage the things that you love, the things that you enjoy, and you chalk it up to coincidence or misunderstanding on their part because they decided to put boundaries or put their foot down because they didn't like the way you treated them or the way you acted around them or with them or towards them. And all of a sudden you backpedal and be like, wait a minute. But I love you. But I care about you. But all these things that are good and kind. But all this long list of the opposite. When you become more aware of what you're doing, how you affect your surroundings, how you affect yourself when it comes to relationships and experiences and situations and connections and everything, you realize that you are the only person in this reality that is allowing others to affect you and for you to affect others. Reality is what? What is reality? Well, reality is just what's around me. If I decide to be a nasty person, I'm probably going to start a nasty vibe, right? And then the whole house, let's say because I'm in the house, is just nasty or silent or quiet because I decided to be nasty. Oh, don't get on his bad side. And then I'm frustrated or sad or I shut down because of the fact that I did something and that's the result. These are certain areas where you are the enemy to yourself, not to others. Yes, it automatically goes to others, but it starts with you hurting yourself, self-sabotaging yourself, inflicting pain and damage, or saying the wrong thing. Let's say, you're having an argument with a family member. You could say everything wrong. And what does that do? That makes an enemy out of you, from you to them and to yourself. Why? Because if you say something bad, you sever the connection, you change their outlook, you change your outlook on both people, how they view you, how you view them, and sometimes you say things that you can never heal from, or that they can never heal from, and they'll never forget. They might gloss over it, or walk over it, or just forget it, just to move on, but that doesn't mean they did. They will forever remember that, and they will forever think of that from time to time. It's like, wow, this person treated me like this. Wow, this person really said that to me. So yeah, if this message resonated in any way, I would love for you to like, share, or subscribe. Just like and subscribe so that you understand. You help me understand that the things and stuff I'm saying helps you. To share so that others may find it as well. And we may be a complete and whole and well-rounded community that is on the journey to growth and healing. My name is Augustin, and this is just for growth.